Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week, where, again, just the two people who started the show, these two old guys, talk about old games.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
You know, like that Will Smith original song.
This week, it's on the shit Monday, so we'll talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, or whatever we don't want.
Whatever we don't. Yeah.
That's a funny way of putting it.
Yeah. Whatever we're forced to do because we said we would do it.
Eventually.
Eventually
has come.
So we're doing by 5-star review request by Naps Inca.
Inca. I-N-C-A.
I
just want to make sure I played the right game.
Yep.
Because it didn't seem like it was maybe the real thing that I should play.
It seemed like it wasn't a real game. It was like
it's just something.
Somebody just might have trolled us really hard.
It was like, I don't know if I was watching an episode of Reboot in Mexico or what.
But before we get to that, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And I generally think that I'm like a decent person, but when it comes to groceries, I am an absolute opportunist. Like if anybody's gonna give me something from the store or whatever, I'm fucking throwing stuff in your cart, whatever. When it comes to groceries,
wait, you're throwing stuff in like strangers' carts?
Well, if like I'm with a friend, they're like, I'll get you blah blah, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. How about this too? How about one of these?
Gotcha. So you're not like a complete element of chaos in the grocery store, just like throwing goldfish crackers in people's carts and.
So like my dad used to. Again, this would be another of two now dad related stories. Whenever dad sees people from church in the grocery store, he likes to follow them to the checkout and get a bunch of condoms, and when they're not looking, he'll throw all the condoms in their buggy. Or buggy. I never say buggy, their cart.
This is Randy.
This is my dad, yeah.
Of last episode fame.
Yeah. And then whenever the person turns around, my dad's like, what are you doing later? They get very embarrassed.
We got a really good response to your dad being on the last episode on Twitter. I would love to get him back to just like literally like actually sit down and record an episode with us.
Oh, man.
I think it would go really well. I'll get my dad on too. And we can just talk about Mortal Kombat.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Like us and our dads?
Yeah.
Man, that would be so funny.
I don't know. I have no idea how my dad would react. I really don't. I don't know if he would like be into it or if he would just sit there disappointed in me.
Well, then we could just both revel in the shame together that our dads would cast upon us.
I meant to ask you, how did you feel with him in the room?
It was fine. Like whenever it's just my dad, I can talk pretty freely.
Yeah,
and he's okay with it. If my mom is there, then stuff will make him mad.
Gotcha.
So
I was watching my language for no reason.
Yeah, it would have been fine with just him. But my dad's about that age to where regular colonoscopies are a good idea.
Are they ever a good idea? They're a good idea.
They're a good idea. Once you get older, to make sure you don't have any cancer or anything building up.
Once you get older and that butt gets loose,
gotta get in there, check it out.
Yeah, get some sensations.
So when I get back from Dragon Con, we don't have any food in the house because we didn't buy anything because we were gonna be gone for 5 days or whatever. And Mom comes over to see Kenna, and I'm looking through the cabinets like, we don't have any. Keener. Look, she's an old Keener. I'm looking through the cabinets like, we don't have any food. And Mom's like, oh well, you work tomorrow, right? Yeah. Well, I bet. I'll just have your dad go get you some groceries or something. I was like, okay, that'd be great. Well, Dad, unbeknownst to me, the next morning he had a colonoscopy. And like my dad is super straight edge.
I really want to know how these two connect.
My dad is super, super straight edge. So he never takes like aspirin, ibuprofen, like nothing. So he has 0 drug tolerance. And they have to, dope you up for a colonoscopy.
That's how you know he's addicted to heroin. People like that always are like hiding like one super hardcore drug their entire life.
So he has the colonoscopy, and then mom was sending me texts, but all the silly stuff he said. So he recovers in the hospital. They send him home, but then he's like, I gotta go buy Tyler groceries. So then my dad's still recovering from the anesthesia and all the medicine, still pretty loopy, then goes shopping for me. My dad doesn't cook. He never grocery shops anyway. So add that on top of drugs. When I get back off of work, I come in, and he has spent... Because I just asked him, like, maybe just like some lunch meat and some chips or something just to get us by until I'm off Saturday. He spends about $200, and I come in, there are like 6 boxes, like 6 giant boxes of high fiber, like off-brand Kroger cereal. A whole bunch.
Like the giant boxes?
Yeah, like the big boxes of like just this awful like muesli fiber cereal, like shit like that.
Today's episode brought to you by Kroger brand fiber cereal.
He does the same thing with high fiber oatmeal. I have like 5 boxes of high fiber oatmeal, 1 can of oysters.
I didn't even know you could get oysters.
You can. I've got 1 can in my house. 3 pies.
What kind?
Key lime, cherry, and pecan.
Well, you got 2 good ones out of 3.
Yeah. Let's see. Those little fruit cups that have like grapefruit or pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
30 of those. Like more. And then like so many bananas. Like we cannot eat this amount of fruit if we're trying before it goes bad. He buys like 20 apples, several bunches of bananas.
Bananas. You were on bananas.
Bologna spread.
What is a bologna
He told me
spread?
his logic. It's like chicken salad, but it's made of like bologna.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Dad goes over to the deli. He just wanders over to the deli department looking in, and he sees the one that's the bin that's the lowest is the bologna spread. So he's like, that's clearly the best one. I'll take the rest of it. So they scoop in all the rest of this bologna spread.
I like to imagine he's in his hospital gown, just stumbling around Kroger.
Apparently, he told one of the nurses, like, you know what you need to do? You need to get really high on marijuana and drive. Just drive real slow. It's like,
Okay.
I asked my dad, like, have you ever smoked pot? Nope.
You were there and witnessed that?
No, I've asked him
okay.
before. So now I just, like, no actual food to cook. Just like, we're good. Like, my colon is going to be good with all this fiber and fruit for a while.
So you think something stuck with him
Like
while he was... Yeah.
He's like, I don't want my son to go through this again. High fiber cereal.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm your bespectacled host. And we got to do something about zippers, guys. I swear, we can all become really rich if we invent the next zipper. Because zippers suck. And you know, in 200 years...
The fly from Chippendale?
Yeah, the fly from... Wow, I just had like a weird realization moment why he's named Zipper. Because he's a fly. Yeah, it took me that long to figure that out. But yeah, man, in 200 years, we're not going to have zippers. We're going to have something awesome instead that doesn't break every time you try to use it. And the person who invents that is going to be really rich. So, Tony, it might as well be you. We all know you're a scientist. Get into the zipper lab, work on the teeth, and maybe figure something out. There's going to be something better. We might as well do it.
So, all right. You want to talk about Inca?
Sure, let's do it. It's a game.
All right. I feel like, because behind the 5-star reviews, like, hey, if there's a game like you like I'd love to hear these guys talk about this. I feel like ANAPS has totally trolled us and been like, I'm going to make these fuckers talk about this game. And if he's trolling us, it is masterful on a few different levels.
I'm all for it. We don't say if it's a game you love, to be honest. Like, I mean, if we want to throw that clause in at the end, we can.
No, we shouldn't.
But we don't. So, I mean, we had it coming. So I liked Inca a lot. I thought it was pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if I had a dentist appointment to go to or something, I would probably play this instead.
Because God, all right, before. so people know what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. I'll no frilly intro. I'll just no. Do you hear that, Dave? No.
That's our thing. That's your thing. We can't
This
stop
game
a thing.
doesn't need. Oh God! Here's the
can't stop a
here's the
thing.
angry. You hear that? You hear that, Dave? It's the
No.
it's the angry co-host grumbling.
You were doing like little pan flute music earlier. I think that would be perfect.
Res a frickin'
What's it? Oh yeah, I hear that. I hear that rainforest music. That's the Dave reads from Wikipedia Inca rainforest music. Okay, guys. Inca (parentheses video game). Inca is a 1992 computer game developed by Cocktail Vision and published by Sierra Online. Inca combines many different genres, including space simulator and adventure game. Although mostly a fighting space simulator, some levels are purely shooting, have maze exploration, or include riddles that can be solved by combining inventory items. I can probably read the whole entry because it's so short. Do you want to know the plot? Or actually, I'll tell you what. Let's play a little game.
Okay.
Called Tell Me What You Think the Plot of This Game Is, and then I'll read it from Wikipedia. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
And here's what we will tell the listeners the plot of the game.
Okay. Let's see. A long time ago, the Spanish conquistadors
Yeah.
came to the New World, invaded and killed all the Incans for their gold.
Okay, right.
But the Incans secretly had already mastered space, flying through space, and yeah, they've already mastered that.
Right.
So they were all killed off, but they preserved their knowledge in space somewhere.
They're sleeping in space, right?
Yeah, there are some that are sleeping in space.
Because the Incan you play wakes up, right?
Because you are the legendary El Dorado.
Okay, which is a city, right? El Dorado is like the city of gold.
It's the city of gold, but you're called El Dorado, and
know.
you are completely made of gold.
Oh, so we're the gold. We're the weird gold guy.
With the giant nose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I thought we were the other guy who looked like, because there's a guy who looks like like how someone would paint a thief on a magic card. He's like down in the bottom right corner, like looking up. I thought that's who we were playing as.
We're gold dude.
We're the gold dude. Mm-hmm. So we're not even human.
I guess not. Or we're some special next evolutionary step of the Incan people where they combine with the gold and become organic gold beings.
But then, okay. So you're talking to, I assume, your ruler through a crystal ball or something in the beginning, right? And he's telling you that,
well, because he dies. Like, when the last person
you know more about this than I do, for sure. I couldn't figure this shit out. You got what do you have, like a master's in humanities or something?
Yep. It's fucking weird because like there's this Incan dude and he's like, I'm going to send all our knowledge into space and eventually El Dorado will come and claim the knowledge so that the Spanish can't get it. And then it shows him rot away while he's waiting. He dies and his head turns into panpipes. And then they fly up to a spaceship.
Yeah, right.
And then so 500 years later, where the Spanish Empire has also mastered space technology by this point.
Right.
So now it's
they
a
have
race.
space galleons.
And you have space Incan artifact ships.
So what is the plot, Tyler?
You are just trying to get these 3 gems to get the knowledge back so that the Spanish don't get it.
What knowledge? We don't know until we find it.
The treasure of the Incan society.
Okay.
They just say the knowledge.
I feel like you're probably pretty close. You were able to follow the story a lot closer than I was because I didn't pick up any of that, obviously, because I thought that we were playing as the Magic the Gathering thief / throw mama from the train lookalike. I want to know who that is.
I have no idea.
I'll show it to you at the end of the show. Let's see. Okay, here's what Wikipedia says about the plot. The setting is in, I don't know what this word means, Uchronic. Ever hear that one?
Nope.
Uchronic. Okay. Well, it's a war, and there's no Wikipedia link to it, so we can't learn more about it. So Tony or Nicole, if you know what that is, let us know. It might be made up Inca video game word.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a war between Incas and Spaniards that takes place in space. So far, we're doing pretty good. Oh man, I can't. This is such a bad idea. Huayna Capac, last grand Inca, after 500 years of his death, prepares a warrior called El Dorado to fight Aguirre, the Spanish leader. El Dorado will find himself in space flying a Toomey, which is a Toomey-shaped spaceship.
You're supposed to know what that is. Of course we all do.
And dogfight with Spanish spaceships. Let me tell you what a Toomey-shaped spaceship is. What it is a really gold, generic-looking Millennium Falcon. That's what it is. Because when I saw that fucker take off, that's immediately what I thought was, oh, hey, look, it's a gold Millennium Falcon.
And you're constantly, every time you see it take off, and then you see basically you're flying through the canals of the Death Star.
Yeah, like the first level, you're in an asteroid field, which happens in The Empire Strikes Back. And then the second level is the Death Star trench, essentially, which happens in Return of the Jedi. So as I was playing this game, I couldn't help but think, I am playing quite possibly the shittiest Star Wars game I have ever played. And I have played Super Star Wars.
Because, oh my God, this ANABs had to be trolling us. Because unless he just like, he had to be like an only kid. And like, maybe he was in an alley one day and found a computer
in an alley.
and had this game in it. And it's the only game he ever played through his youth. So he has nostalgia glasses for this game.
If he really likes this game, this is, I think, his Chex Quest, which is a game you've mentioned a long time ago, which was a free video game you got from eating Chex.
It wasn't free. It cost me a box of cereal. It cost my mom $2.50.
How much fiber was that?
I didn't even eat the cereal. I just wanted the game.
So I think
I hate Chex.
But you like the game, right? Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, that game is probably pretty horrible.
Yeah.
And we should probably talk about it on the show one day. But maybe that's what ANAPS. Maybe ANAPS was a kid and was like, hey, I really like Star Wars, but instead of like Luke Skywalker or Han Solo or hell Chewbacca or Princess Leia, I want to be, I don't know, a gold dude with a giant nose. It's really scary.
Because even playing this game was like, that's why I feel like we've gotten trolled, because like he just picked this one game. Like I've heard, I missed this whole generation, this like Sierra Games point and click adventure kind of like, and supposedly they were very good at what they did. Sierra Games.
What I remember Sierra for was Leisure Suit Larry. I guess they did. I never played any of their like point and click, but I remember playing Leisure Suit Larry because I was really, really into seeing pixelated breasts at the time. Which, by the way, I didn't find any in Inca. They were hidden somewhere.
Pass.
I don't know. El Dorado never flips out a little gold cartridge or something with, I don't know, breast emulation or something.
Because you said this game was from like 92, 93.
92.
So it's like it's not going to run on any computer now. You're not just going to be able to like download it, open it up, or anything. Like it's
right. I know where you're going with this.
So it is it's abandonware.
Right.
So like no one cares about it. You can just go and download it for free, and it's cool.
Well, it's kind of cool. It's a gray area, but we're gonna go ahead and be honest about this. We installed DOSBox.
Yeah,
and
there's no other alternative to do this than find a site to download the abandonware, emulate it with DOSBox, fuck around with trying to do DOSBox, end up getting a front loader to try and expedite the process. And then both of us, we didn't like from the same source, like not meaning to.
Somehow we got the same version of the game.
Both of us get the fucking French version.
Well, here's what's messed up about it. It's like, first of all, let me say you can definitely do this without DOSBox. Like you can. It's just a huge pain in the ass. I don't even think Sierra is around anymore. I think
so either.
Hopefully EA didn't buy them, because if they did, they're definitely going to sue us. But the game also didn't have any kind of install exe, so we had to run the game directly from the image. And I figured out that each level had its own EXE. Did you notice that?
No.
Because I didn't know which one to type in because there's so many EXEs and it's like all these executable files. And it's like, I guess Maya. And I typed in Maya and it ran the Maya level. It didn't start the game from the beginning. So in order to get the game to
That's
start.
how, like, I was just like clicking on stuff. It's like, I'm playing it. I don't know where the fuck I am or what I'm doing.
Right.
Everything's wood. And there are conquistadors firing laser beams at me. I don't know what's going on.
Quote unquote wood.
Yeah.
All those corridors look like fucking mud.
Oh, it was so awful. And because the whole time you're playing the game, it's like you're looking through binoculars. Right. It's not just an open view where you can see things. You're looking through, have tunnel vision the whole time.
Visor.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's really bad. And all
Spoilers for the rest of the episode. I was miserable playing this game. It's so bad.
I spent about an hour and a half playing this game. I cleared several levels. I didn't have fun doing it.
No,
I did not have fun doing it.
Like, of all the games that, like, do not age well, do not, like, man, this game must have had its day a long time ago, and then there's no going back. It does not withstand the test of time, to me, in any way.
In Civilization 5, my first science victory was with the Incans. I sent them to space. Do you think that I might be responsible for this game?
I think so.
In some kind of like
some way.
looper time travel kind of thing. Like maybe I actually sent them to space.
Whatever we do, somebody made a weird incantation that whatever you do in Civ 5 happens in 1992.
Right? Very popular incantation. I think Sandra Bullock's involved somehow. I don't know.
But man, just like every part of this game, like, just didn't make any sense to me. The puzzle solving, well, one, like the dogfights in space is just like you see a planet and there are ships flying at you. You just click on the planets for a while, and then you're there, and then you have to walk around and you see the Spanish conquistadors, which look like the bosses from Nick Arcade.
Yeah.
Jump out and shoot their laser beams at you. You have to shoot them, click on them, shoot little green balls at them.
Well, here's the worst thing: is they shoot that red, like crackly energy ball at you, and it essentially becomes like just a skeet shooting game because you have to shoot their energy bolt before you can hit them. But they're not just standing there. They're like dodging in and out, right? They're coming out like a cowboy from like a saloon or something. Like they'll come out and then they'll go for cover and then they'll pivot out again. Meanwhile, you have to shoot their energy bolts or they'll hit you and you'll die. So I found like it was so frustrating, especially when there's two of them on either side of your binoculars that are just coming out and just spamming you with skeet, essentially, that you have to shoot.
Oh, man. And if you manage to beat them and then you go and you pick up an obscure kind of item and then you open that up in your inventory and you use it to click on everything else trying to figure out these puzzles.
Well, they're Christian artifacts. Did you get to that part?
No. I got to the part where like you have golden corn and then a golden coin.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. In one of the maze levels, in one of the galleons, you come across this hallway that has just two hands sticking out of either wall, and one's got a crucifix and the other's got like a gold nugget. And you take the crucifix and the gold nugget and replace it with gems, and the door opens. And then you go through it, and then you go through this elaborate ritual where you summon St. Peter. And then St. Peter, because like you have to open the clamshell with a gem, and then it opens, and inside it is incense, and you get the incense, and you put a candelabra out, you light it, and then you put the flame on the thing, and then St. Peter shows up, and then you give St. Peter a little pat on his head, and he opens the door for you, and you just go on.
So that was like one of the levels I played was you had to make two Incans mate to make a new Incan.
What?
And it's just like it's a statue of a statue character of a woman.
A giant dick.
Yeah, it's just these weird looking male and females. And you click on the man and like a blue ball comes out and floats. Click on the woman and a red ball comes out and floats. But it'll just sometimes do mix and match of the red and blue orbs.
That's insensitive, Tyler. They're not weird looking, they're Incan.
The orbs. And then there's like a pitcher of oil in the middle, and you have to click the floor to make a table come up. So, because you have to place them on a laser table. So laser table comes up, and you have to make sure you get like a big blue ball and surround it with a red ball. It makes a blue man. You have to take a big red ball, surround it by a little blue ball to make a red man. And you cover them with oil, and they make a new Incan that will then give you
So you create two men, cover them in oil, and then they make a new Incan?
Yep. It is, God, this game is fucking ridiculous.
Well, wait.
I can appreciate absurdity, Earthworm Jim, but this was just like, there's no speech dialogue other than the old man and the gold orb
In the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, you have no clue what's going on.
I have a question for you. Did you do that puzzle in French?
No, yes, I had to do it in French. There's no dialogues. Even if it's in French, it didn't matter.
With the St. Peter puzzle, let me tell you how I got to that puzzle. Just randomly clicking on shit. And just pulling shit from my inventory. Because every time I do it, it'd be like, Je suis la jeune fille. It would just say something out at the bottom, and it'd just be like, all right, I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to keep clicking.
Well, because what it translates to no El Dorado. So that's what you see constantly. Is
Right.
No El Dorado. No El Dorado. click on this. No El Dorado.
Here's what I do know. I took 2 years of French in high school. I do know that when they were giving you hints, they were being very formal with you. They were being very familiar with you because they were using the familiar you. They were using tu and not vous. So whoever was helping you really was they were your bud.
Okay.
They were bud. They had your back.
But man, because like the music is terrible.
It's really bad, but you can play all of them from the beginning before you launch the spaceship. There's a little Incan space music player where you can choose like all 6 tracks in the game and you can just play them if you want.
Like, do you love this panpipe music? You must to play this game. So here you go. Just listen to all of it to your heart's content.
So if you're looking for like some music, some nice Incan music to kind of just get down to tonight, I suggest Inca.
Because man, so I guess like basically 2 levels in, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I feel good bitching about how much I don't like this game.
It is kind of cathartic.
I don't have anything else to really say about it other than I did not like it. I thought everything about it was bad. Mm-hmm. I don't see even in 92, like I don't imagine I would have understood it or enjoyed it.
I know I wouldn't have enjoyed it because there were better games out in 92, but I do think this game aged horribly. Like this game was probably considerably more fun when it first came out because I know like all that like live action kind of stuff was popular back then because like all the conquistadors and everything, they're all like motion capped, which is a big deal at the time. I remember when like Mortal Kombat came out and it was all motion capped. Everyone went crazy. It's still not fun though.
Yeah. I feel like in my lifetime, or my lifetime, but in my younger days growing up, that PC gaming always took a back seat to consoles. Like consoles got all the attention. I hardly knew anybody that were dedicated PC gamers. No one really talked about it. And I feel like it's games like this. Like in 92, we had Super Mario World.
Right.
How are you playing this over Super Mario World?
Yeah, you can't compare them like that though, because like Super Mario World is like a really good Super Nintendo game. Like it's so good that we haven't even gotten to it in IGN's list. Like Inca is not a good representation of a PC game because like if you ask a random person, have you heard of Inca? They're probably gonna say no. That's like the equivalent of being like, I mean, I would put it on like Super Turrican 2 kind of like level because
I would rather play Super Turrican 2 than this.
I would actually rather play Inca than Super Turrican 2.
Man, that's the bar for how I didn't understand how much you hated Super Turrican 2 until just now.
I hate Super Turrican 2, Tyler. I fucking hate Super Turrican 2. I'd rather play Sparkster.
Well, it's games like this that make me like maybe PC just had to figure some shit out first before they really hit their stride.
This is a bad sampling. And also, like, PC had, like, they didn't have, like, all the barriers. They didn't have all the obstacles that, like, a game developer for Nintendo had, right? Like, they didn't have to meet all these benchmarks and, like, go through the procedures where Nintendo has to approve the game. Anyone could just make a PC game and just be like, there it is.
There's no quality control.
Yeah,
so it just comes out.
There's no quality control. It's like a lot like the Android market today.
Okay.
Because
All right.
I used to have an Android phone, and I remember the market being pretty much flooded with a whole bunch of like clones of games. Meanwhile, the Apple market they've got a gatekeeper. So it's weird because like to me, there's this weird parallel because like Apple is more like a console, where Droid is more like a PC as far as like how they distribute.
I didn't write any achievements for this game.
Do you want to come up with any? No? Okay.
No, you can.
No, I'm not gonna.
You mostly hated it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you hated it more than I do.
If it's Princess Bride levels of dead, like you're mostly dead, and I'm totally dead.
Okay. All right. Well, then no, fuck it. Let's not do achievements.
Okay.
I mean, Anaps is probably going to be super disappointed that we didn't give
I
achievements.
think he trolled us. I think he was just like, asked somebody is like, hey, what game can I tell them to play that's going to just like be funny and watch them try to play it and then have to talk about it? You can do Inca. Yeah, I'll tell them that.
Let's put funny in
Because I'm pretty sure
marks.
Anaps is also C-Naps who knocked it out of the park asking us to play Monster Party. Mm-hmm. So that was good. So he was like, I did a good one. Now I'm going to do a bad one.
But here's what I hope. I hope that CNAPS was trying to troll us with Monster Party, which we actually ended up pretty much enjoying.
Yeah.
So he's like, I got to up my game. I know what I'm going to pull out, motherfuckers. Inca. Try to enjoy that. Good day.
Oh.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Actually, I have 10 questions for you.
Oh, shit. Shit. Didn't see it coming.
I have prepared for you. Actually, that is a lie. I did not prepare at all. What I did was pull an 8th grade Inca quiz off the internet from softschools.com. So, Tyler, question number 1. One of the ways the Inca kept records was by A, carving on rocks, B, making clay tablets, C, tying knots in string, or D, writing on paper.
See, tying knots in string, I think it's interesting because that's in the King Killer Chronicles.
Were there
That's
Incans
very
in the
interesting.
King Killer Chronicles?
It's a dead people.
Was there a giant gold man killing everybody and killing all the kings?
What were the first two options again?
A is carving on rocks and B is making clay tablets.
Because I remember the Incans, they made the big
Don't let all
things
those.
on the ground.
Who was your 8th grade teacher, Tyler?
8th grade teacher, Miss Tucker.
Don't let Miss Tucker down.
God, I hated Miss Tucker so much.
Oh, well then fuck her.
I intentionally, because I knew it would make her upset, the next year when I saw her again, I called her by the wrong name. And I could just see in her face. Just
Miss
like her,
Fucker.
I called her Miss Brown, and her she just like glared at me, and I just walked away. Oh, I hated that woman.
Zing.
Because she's like, oh, hi, Tyler. Oh, hey, Miss Brown. Walk away. Oh, no, I got you, bitch. I'm going to say clay tablets.
Tying knots in string.
Oh.
Tying knots in string. So now you know where they came
where
from.
Patrick Rothfuss for the King Killer Chronicles got it. Okay.
Question number 2. The ancient Incas worshipped many gods. The god Inti was especially important as he was the A, moon god, B, rain god, C, harvest god, or D, sun god. This is Inti. I-N-T-I.
Inti is also one of the legendary dog Pokemon. So
Legendary
I'm
dog
gonna
Pokemon?
I'm gonna go with good dog god.
God Pokemon?
I'm gonna say sun god.
Correct. Sun. Yeah. Doing good. Making a comeback. This is an easy one. Number 3. This animal was important to the Inca, Tyler, not only for wool and food, but for transport. Am I talking about A, llama, B, sheep, C, dog Pokemon, or D, mammoth?
Mammon?
Mammoth.
I thought you said
Mammoth.
Mammon, the god
The
of
demon?
lies.
And then just a whole bunch of Incas just rolling around on this demon.
The llama.
Correct. The llama.
Llama.
I wish I should have had the Friends, yeah, in chime going. This one is multiple choice, but this is like question number 4 is one of those bullshit questions they would give you in school where it's multiple choice and it's all the same answer, but it's just spelled differently.
Ugh.
I hated that shit. No one gives a fuck how it's spelled. So unfortunately, I'm going to make it a little more challenging for you, and I'm not going to give you the multiple choice, but I think you're going to do really well. Number 4, the ruins of this ancient Inca city were discovered in 1911.
The ruins of an Incan city.
What was the name of the Incan city?
El Dorado.
No, I don't think they ever found it. I don't think the Spaniards ever found El Dorado. Plus, that's a golden man. That's an idol.
Montezuma.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu. Okay.
All right. So far, we're at 50%.
Yeah.
We're at 50%.
Yeah.
Miss Brown would be rolling in her grave because I'm sure she died after you said that to
I
her.
hope so.
Question number 5. This hardy plant grew in the highlands and was an important Inca food source. It is sometimes called mountain rice, but its real name is A, barley, B, quinoa, C, wild rice, or D, semolina.
Semolina?
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa? Mm-hmm. I actually looked that up online how to pronounce it, and they said
quinoa?
quinoa. So the internet probably lied to me.
I'm probably wrong.
Because you went to culinary school and the internet did not. I didn't look up how to say semolina, so maybe
Semolina, yeah.
Semolina. What you know what all these things are?
Semolina is just, I know it's a flour used in like a lot of Mexican foods.
Okay. Number 6. The Inca were conquered by. We got this one.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah.
The video game taught us something. A, the English. B, the Portuguese. C, dog Pokemon. Or D, the Spanish.
The Spanish.
Yes.
They were overrun by dog Pokemon.
I didn't want to say C because it just says the Mexican. Like they're just one of them.
It's just one badass
like,
Mexican.
Hey man, in the future, you're me or something? I don't know how this works. Number 7. This important food item could only be grown in lower elevations. It was eaten fresh, dried for later use, and fermented to make a beer called chicha. Is this A, barley, B, corn, C, maize, or D, wheat?
Barley?
No. This is a trick question because I took this quiz, by the way, earlier before I put it together, just to make you feel better. This is one of those trick questions where it's corn and maize. They don't say pick 2. They just say which one. So, you know what?
Bullshit.
Fuck you, softschools.com. Number 8. I hope you were paying attention earlier. A woman's shawl was often fastened by a long silver pin called A, poncho, B, unsu, C, topu, or D, chimu. The spaceship in Inca is shaped like this thing, supposedly.
It was a Tomi?
A, poncho, B, unku, C, topu.
Topu then.
Topu.
Okay.
AKA Millennium Falcon. No, I hope everyone's really enjoying this 8th grade social studies lesson. I know everyone tuned in for this. And I do hope you're playing along at home. If you're playing with your husband or wife, I hope you're playing for smooches. That's kind of what I've got going. That's the fantasy in my mind right now. Is you're playing like high stakes game of smooch Inca quiz. Number 9, the Inca civilization lasted A, under 50 years, B, under 100 years, C, over 100 years, or D, over 200 years.
I want to say over 200 years.
See, that's what I said too. I mean, that's what I figured. The correct answer is under 100 years. Why do we even study the Inca?
Yeah.
Because that's
like one person could have been like, right. I lived through the entire age of the Inca.
I guess it's just so we learn that the Spanish are dicks and they're not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Because they're like, look at all these people they just wiped out. The Incas. I know they weren't even around for 100 years, but come on.
It's just one. You got one old guy who's like, yeah, we grew quinoa and we know how to go to space. Under 100 years.
Thanks to Dave playing Civ 5 and
we tied knots in string and tell stories.
Question number 10. The Inca built an amazing network of these to get from place to place. Tyler, did they build A, ladders, B, bridges, C, roadways, or D, tunnels?
I feel like that land, it's mountainous bridges?
Roadways.
Roadways.
We didn't do too good.
No.
We didn't do too good. This game failed, I think, in teaching us about the Incans, the titular character to the game. But thank you for taking this quiz.
That's fun.
I look forward to the next quiz that you subject me to.
I had it coming.
I've got another question for you, and that is, how much is this game on Amazon? Tyler, what I want you to tell me is, if you were to go on Amazon right now and purchase Inca, the PC game, how much would you pay for it used?
I feel like you're pulling a soft schools on me, and this is actually a trick question. You cannot buy it on Amazon.
Is that your final answer?
$1.50.
Tyler, actual retail value of Inca on Amazon used at the time of this recording was $1.
It's pretty close.
$1. Since you were playing alone, you win.
Yeah. A copy of Inca.
Actually, on Amazon, it's the only time I've ever seen this ever listed on Amazon. It just said cost. Guy just gives it to you. So that's the price. Guy just gives it to you. Shipping's free. They just they put it in a bottle and float it down the river to you.
They credit your account for $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for helping me declutter my garage.
It's like when you sign a friend up for Prime or something. They just credit your account.
I thought this game would be huge and I could like make so much money, so I bought 1,000 copies of it. Now I'm just giving them out for free.
I do not know if this is a related game. I think it is because it has the 2 in a title. There's an Inca 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means, Tyler, that this game did well enough that it warranted a sequel. Like Sierra was just like, you know what we sold a lot of? Or enough of? Let me rephrase that.
No, we sold enough of.
Inca. Those kids just ate up that generic Topu Millennium Falcon.
Now somebody's going to 5-star review. You know what you guys should play? Inca 2.
Inca 2. Fuck, you're right. Okay, I guess we have to do it. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had fun bitching about Inca.
It's been a while since they've really had a good bitch fest about a game.
It's kind of cleansing. It's soul cleansing. It's like, I feel like I've just had a really good cry. If you were to give this game a beard that just told the world how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
It is an innocent young boy, an Incan boy who is playing. Do they have there's the Aztecs that did basketball, right? Not the Incans. But he's playing some kind of traditional sport the Incans would play.
I think an American white man invented basketball.
Well, like, was the Aztecs that had like the hole and they would take severed heads and throw it through the hole?
Probably. That sounds like an Aztec kind of thing.
But he's playing some traditional Incan sport, and while he's playing, a Spanish conquistador comes up with his sword and makes 2 deep gashes across the boy's face, cutting his jaw off. So his jaw hanging down and just blood everywhere. The bloody jaw beard of the young Incan boy playing a traditional sport.
Okay, yeah. All right, Tyler. That's great.
Yeah.
If you were to give this game a pair of gruesome glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
Well, the boy's father comes out of his house.
The narrative continues.
And he sees what the Spanish conquistador has done, and angrily he picks up 2 spears.
Yes.
And runs the man down and jabs these spears into his eye sockets.
I like how the story ended. I feel like the conquistador had it coming.
He did, and he gave him the Incan glasses. What that move was later called.
All right. Well, it's been a good podcast. Some people called us.
Let's do that.
Give
me a palate cleanser. Maybe.
Oh, and by people call us, I mean I have another 8th grade quiz for you. This was all about the Mayans.
Hey guys, TADPOG. It's your friend Ryan from Omaha giving you a call on the TADPOG hotline. Just finished the Terran episode. Another great interview. I enjoyed the Friends trivia. A lot of fun. A lot of great references and callbacks. So, question for you. I know I've heard you guys, and mostly Tyler, talk about a love for anime, specifically Naruto. Wondering, what would be a good place or a good series to start watching for an anime guy? So, or rather, let me say this. Somebody that's not necessarily a big fan of anime, where would be a good place to start? I've watched different iterations of Dragon Ball, and I've seen a few other just anime features like Akira. So I'm looking, maybe where's a good place? I don't know, some stuff on Netflix or something I can pick up cheap on DVD or Blu-ray to give my love of anime fueled further. Great show, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Look forward to the next episode.
Thanks for calling, Ryan.
I wager we're thinking the same thing.
I know we're thinking the same thing.
1, 2, 3. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, 100%. Like that is like the anime to show to people who don't like anime, to get them into anime. But you have to like preface it with anime is usually not this good. Like that's what I always tell people like before I play Cowboy Bebop, because it's like I know you're gonna love this thing that I'm about to play, but all anime is not this good. Some of it is.
Some of it is.
I also like Samurai Champloo. I think that's a great series. Space Dandy is new. I love it. I've been watching the hell out of that.
Because anime, it's because he brought up Naruto and he brought up Dragon Ball. That's Shonen Jump.
Right.
That is a very particular kind of anime, and anime spans all different kind of genres.
Right.
So, and Cowboy Bebop is definitely very different from those two.
Yeah.
If he enjoys that series, that kind of anime, then Bleach would probably be next.
Yeah.
I've personally never seen One Piece.
I've heard good things about it.
Of Mega Man X2 fame raves about One Piece, but just following on that line, Cowboy Bebop is its own thing. Of course, I think Death Note is fantastic.
I'm working on Death Note. I've just about given up on it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the concept a lot, but man, I just hate those characters so much.
Really?
I just hate them. Just hate them so much.
See, I love L out of that series. I think L is...
I just want everyone in that series. Like, I think the world would just be better if everyone in that series just died.
I've raved about Full Metal Alchemist
Full Metal
Brotherhood.
Alchemist.
Regular and Brotherhood.
I haven't seen Brotherhood.
I think Brotherhood is... I mean, both have its good points, but Brotherhood's probably a little bit better.
I love Neon Genesis Evangelion. Probably not a good starter anime, even though I watched it early on, just because it starts out as like a big robot kind of show, but then kind of changes into like a really weird psychological, biblical kind of story. Golden Boy.
If you like comedy, yeah, you've got to go Golden Boy. It's only
Golden
6
Boy.
episodes.
The funniest fucking anime ever.
If you like kind of weird stuff, like Meg laughed at me for watching this, but I thought it was pretty humorous.
I know where you're going with
Or
this.
on Host Club, because it skewers the whole like magical girl kind of like girls servicing men. It flips the fan service on its head, and just like it's a club of pretty boys trying to have women come in and they date them, and all the different sexy kind of boys that girls are into.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
It's like a reverse harem show.
Yeah.
Some new stuff I think is similar to Golden Boy is the Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat. I think that's hilarious. I haven't watched all of it, but what I've watched so far has been pretty funny. It's not a hentai, by the way, despite the title.
I watched an anime. I guess there's also like anime that are about like clubs in Japan. I watched Bamboo Blade. I finished it. It wasn't like great, but it kept my attention. I was entertained throughout the like 20-something episodes.
Better than Inca?
I thought Durara was really, really good. I really enjoyed Durara. That's a lot of anime. If you watch all those, get back to us and we'll give you more.
But chances are, like, if you like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, then Tyler, I think you're right. Your next stop is Bleach.
So, but yeah, change it up though. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, definitely.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Exalted Lord Mike.
It's been a
Been a
long
while.
time.
Got a would you rather, and this would you rather is stemming from a nightmare that we can go into detail on, maybe on an intro story one day. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that. We'll save all the juicy details for later.
Leave us hanging, man.
Would you rather have a train ran on you by the Avengers movie team, I guess? Ensemble. Sure, whatever. Is that the word? Yeah, sounds great. Yeah. Would you rather have a train ran on you by the Avengers or subject your significant other to a train ran by the Justice League of America? I am going to have to go with the significant other is just going to have to take one for the team.
You're not taking one for the team.
Hulk smash scares the shit out of me. Like I said, we'll get into those stories. Maybe I'll divulge that story on the fantasy football team conversation. Yeah, it sounds great. Anyways, keep up the good work. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Is anyone on the Justice League a bad lay?
I don't know. How would I know?
Because, what would you think? I mean, the tipping point for the Avengers is clearly the Hulk.
Yeah.
You do not want to bottom for the Hulk.
Well, here's the other thing. I just want to go ahead and point this out from the very beginning. You're not taking one for the team if you make your significant other the one that's getting the train ran on. That's not how that works. It's not like, hey, I'm doing you a solid. By the way, you're about to get like fucked 5 times by a whole bunch of weird shit's going to happen to you.
I mean, the worst thing, significant other versus what's the opposite, the Justice League, the evil union or whatever.
I'm not really a DC guy, so I don't know.
I mean, you don't want Solomon Grundy having
No.
but
No.
if it's just the Justice League, they're all like attractive, non-freakish mutants. So it's not going to be that bad. But like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
but the Hulk.
But I mean, Superman's an alien. That's kind of weird.
But he's nice though. He's got
Maybe
like
not when he's fucking.
he's probably going to take his time and even wear a condom.
not when he's nuts
lawful
deep
good.
inside you.
Is Superman still lawful good when he is nuts deep inside of you?
Something's changing, man.
You got that kryptonite Nuva ring and he's just out.
Well, like here's another way to look at it. You go Avengers, you get Black Widow. That's a thing. That's just a thing. That's part of the deal. That's packaged in. You
Hawkeye
go,
can come on you from any distance.
see, that's a bonus. He may not even have to like be in you. Just all of a sudden, like you're like recovering from like a Hulk, and then all of a sudden you just get sprayed in the face from 50 yards. And then Justice League, you've got Wonder Woman. So I mean, either way, you've got a moment of reprieve, man. But that's hard to get over the Hulk.
My significant other's probably like, push comes to shove, it's not going to be that bad to have a train run on you by the Justice League. It's not that bad.
I don't know. It could be bad. I mean, I agree. I would rather have a train run on me by the Justice League as opposed to the Avengers.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll do it. If Hulk goes first.
And when he finishes, does he turn back into Bruce Banner?
See, I'm figuring all I gotta do is keep him in a good mood. just stroke his hair. Feel like it's fine. It's okay. Everything. I'm not even mad. I know this is a horrible, horrible thing that's happening to me, but I'm not even mad, Bruce. It's cool. It's cool.
It very quickly turns into like an episode of Cops.
That's the only way you can have sex with the Hulk. That's the only way you can have sex with the Hulk. You have to be completely submissive, just 100%, just loving.
I think either way, you're having submissive sex with the Hulk.
No, you're right.
You peg Bruce Banner, you get the Hulk.
Or do you?
That's how you calm him down.
That's how you get Red Hulk. Some more people called us.
Yeah.
Do we have time? I hope you're sufficiently answered, Lord Mike. Exalted Lord Mike. My apologies.
Tyler and Dave, how's it going? This is Phil up in Salem. Just giving you an obligatory drunk dial as requested. I don't know. Let me give you a question. Murder, fuck, kill. Let's go with Dixie Kong, Wrinkly Kong, and Candy Kong. Yeah, we'll go with that. You guys take it easy. Keep up the good show. Smell you later.
Who is the middle one? Granny Kong?
I think he said Wrinkly Kong. I don't think it's a Kong.
I think Wrinkly Kong might be the old woman.
Is that the one in the?
I think she's the save cave in the third one.
Or in the second one? Because who's the head of Kong College? Is that her?
I don't remember. It's probably the other woman.
It's an old Kong. We've got that much. So Tyler, who would you rather have a train run on? If you had to pick one Avengers character to have sex with any of these Kongs, which one would it be? This is a weird fucking episode. We needed this shit after Inca.
Okay, well, thank you, Phil, for calling. So he's like, hey,
Yes.
I'm getting pretty drunk. Should I call? Yes, call.
Definitely,
please.
always.
I feel like, one, it's kind of a trap because Dixie Kong has got to be underage.
Or a man.
Or a man.
And Diddy's gonna get really mad if you fuck her because she is his girlfriend. I want to just go ahead and thank you for doing a murder, fuck, kill. I do appreciate that because murder, fuck, kill is my favorite. So let's, by tradition, do a murder, fuck, kill. We have to kill two of them, and we're fucking one.
Well, I guess clearly you're gonna fuck Candy Kong, and I guess then you kill the others.
Also a monkey. They're all monkeys.
They're
That's
all
my
monkeys.
problem.
But Candy Kong was the sexiest monkey.
Yeah, I mean Candy Kong, but that Wrinkly Kong, she's got experience.
So that's why if you were to be able to marry her, you want to marry her, but
No.
she's gonna die soon. You're gonna get her fortune. All those bananas.
That wasn't one of his options.
Well, but he didn't say murder, fuck, kill.
Yeah, I'm also going Candy Kong. Sorry, I gotta. Because Dixie is definitely underage, 100% underage.
We only fuck monkeys of age. Monkeys above the age of consent. We're not going to jail.
No.
We're just going on the charge of bestiality, not bestiality and statutory rape.
Hey, TADPOG, how you guys doing? I'm kind of chilling for a little while, have been for a few days anyway, just playing low, you know. Loving the vacation, but the weird thing is a lot of people keep calling and calling. Every time you go on vacation, that's when you miss your calls. And they kind of get to the point where they're harassing me. And they do know that I call you guys quite often. So I'm just saying, if they give you a call, instead of asking questions about me, you know, we're cool, you know, I love you guys. I know you love me. We're just a big, happy family. But if they start asking questions, just, hey, can you do me a solid right on my chest and tell them that we were hanging out last Friday between 10 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Thanks. That's all I needed. Bye.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Yep.
I mean,
We were at work, but yes.
yeah. I mean, it's fine.
You were in there. You were an old person in a retirement home. Yeah, it's fine.
Look, you're a TADPOG listener. We'll be your alibi. Leave us a 5-star
And
review.
your
We'll be your
mercy-
alibi.
Nice.
You ready to close this down?
I think we still have time for more. Or do you have text you want to read?
Yeah, I got a text. This is from 614. They say, "What's up, Tadpog? If there was a zombie apocalypse and all but one died, what Ninja Turtle would you want by your side?"
There's a zombie apocalypse and all but one, so there's one zombie left?
Yeah, I don't know. If there was a zombie apocalypse...
Or which turtle do we want during the zombie apocalypse?
Let me read it again,
Okay.
and you be the judge. If there was a zombie apocalypse and all but one died, what Ninja Turtle would you want by your side? This is like I feel like the Riddler sent us a text. And we have to Adam West our way through this.
Okay, so there's one zombie left in the world after the zombie apocalypse. And we get
We
to
have to
choose,
fight.
we get to choose which Ninja Turtle we're going to talk to about this zombie.
Man, it sure sucks about that apocalypse, huh? Yeah. Where do you think that zombie is? I don't know.
I mean, clearly it's got to be Donatello. He's going to help you rebuild society. Now, the zombie apocalypse is over with this one remaining zombie.
I love this question. Man, I want to go Casey Jones. I feel like I can't go Casey Jones because he's not technically a turtle or a ninja. But I feel like Casey Jones would be a good kind of guy to have in the zombie apocalypse because he's kind of a hobo anyway. So he's like used to living that way. But I guess the turtles, they're pretty much hobos. They live in the sewer. Splinter?
That's how they survived.
Could you have Splinter? And I feel like if you were hanging out with like one of the turtles as opposed to Casey Jones, like people are always going to be trying to eat that turtle. Like if they had to choose between eating a human or a giant turtle man, they're probably going to want to eat the turtle man
It's a
first.
lot of turtle soup.
You constantly have to be defending your turtle. But if I had to choose a turtle, I'm gonna go Raphael. I see where you're coming with the Donatello angle because he'd be able to like help you rebuild civilization. I mean, you'd have to mate, of course, and make weird like quarter turtles. But you know, once you get past that, quartles.
Well, that's how Squirtle Pokemon come to life. Is whenever you mate with a Ninja Turtle after the zombie apocalypse.
So
that
on
is
the record,
the Pokemon world then happens after the zombie apocalypse.
All right, I like this timeline. So you are going on the record and saying that Pokemon are aberrations.
Yeah.
They're complete abominations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going Raphael because I think he would be a good turtle to have around to help me like defend the gas that I've got in our car. We have a car together, by the way.
Okay.
Raphael and I do. Don't make a big deal about it, okay? We get a text message from 515
Okay.
that says, you can watch Doug on Amazon Prime, and Jackie Chan is in the Karate Kid remake.
Thank you, 515.
Yep. So that's like two helpful life hacks. Let's call them life hacks. Doug on Amazon Prime and Jackie Chan in the new Karate Kid movie. Let's see. We got a text message from 615 that says, I believe this is Archivist Corn, that says, fun fact, Doug was originally going to be a kids book series before Jim Jenkins did the pilot for Nickelodeon. Did you know that?
Man, I did not know that.
I am all for like children's books, but I don't know about Doug.
Doug
like
would not have conveyed. No way. Maybe tweener novels, but no, not children's books.
Here's another text from, I believe, Archivist Corn. This ties in with the anime we were talking about earlier. He said, look up the anime Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing series based on a still going manga series that started back in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but that's something you could probably watch with your dad, right?
Yeah.
And then we could get him on the show and talk about it. All right, we got another call.
Fucking Tadpog. This was Jay again. Just talking to one of my coworkers who's also a Tadpogger the other day about strange pornographic fetishes. And I was thinking, like, you know, what would be a weird one that you probably wouldn't see a lot of? And I thought of, well, brushing your teeth with cum after a blowjob might be a pretty, you know, strange one. So I Googled it, and it turns out there's a lot of videos that involve brushing your teeth. So I was wondering what you guys, what are some of the weirder ones that you've ever seen out there? And as an auxiliary question, if you were to take the characters from Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger, it doesn't really fucking matter, and substituted in all the Tadpog co-hosts, who would they be?
Let me just say that I think it's hilarious that was tacked on at the end. We go from brushing our teeth with cum to which of the guest hosts do you think would be in Chrono Trigger? Thanks for calling, Fish Lips Jay. The weirdest thing I've seen, I don't really want to talk about it because it's really, really like evil.
What about the thing that got you into Reddit? Because you were like so until you saw this on Reddit, and you were like, okay, Tyler's right. I'm in on this Reddit thing.
I don't remember what it was.
Butt Sharpies.
Butt Sharpies. I don't think that was me. I think you're confusing me with somebody else.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Maybe it was Oathbreaker Blackwood.
I think it was. But I mean, it's close because what got me on was Gone Wild. Because I was like, I remember the first time, like, you were telling me about Reddit, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I know how to use the internet. Leave me alone. And then, like, I saw you, like, just looking at, like, just streams of just all this pornography. I was like, where'd you find all this? You're like, Reddit. I was like, oh, there's Reddit for porn too? And you're like, let me teach you something. I was like, oh, okay. Well, this is great. I like this a lot. I really don't want to get into this fetish, but it's the only one that I know that's really weird. I think I might have talked about it on the show. It is like fucking evil. Have you heard of crushing? Crushing is like where people get off on smushing small animals.
Oh,
yeah, that's a real thing, and that exists. And there are videos for that if you can stomach it, which I cannot.
No way.
The only reason I know this exists is because someone told me about it. I was like, that's not real. Type. Oh my God. It's a real thing. So it's like eating the baby chicks, and which is redundant, I guess. It's like eating the chicks in Fable.
Yeah. Because God, the worst. Because I had avoided reading this until recently. Like there are supposedly like 4 trials by fire, and your Redditor just has to endure.
Okay, what are they?
And let's see. There's a story called "The Swamps of Dagobah."
Okay,
that is pretty bad, but the way it's told is kind of humorous.
Is it like Yoda fucking a bunch of people, or
it's a woman who, man, this is gross. A woman who injects drugs into her taint, and it gets like an infection, and it like she doesn't treat it for like a very, very long time.
Nope.
Let me stop there. It's pretty bad. The ER nurse has to talk about her experience with.
Well, this is,
and she compared it to the swamps of Dagobah.
This isn't real.
I don't know. Let's see. There's the Trials of Colby, which is just awful. It is awful. I mean, I think it's real. It's just like
none of this is real.
It's a father who basically catches his son doing some horrible things to their family dog, and it basically tears their family apart.
Is the dog named Colby?
Yes.
Okay. That all makes sense now. At least it's not like those two stories combined.
Let's see. What was the other one? I actually had them pulled up earlier.
I love that you had them pulled up earlier. You just felt like going through your trials. The third one's play Inca from start to finish.
The word, okay, I'm trying to remember what the fourth one is. The worst one, though, in my opinion, falls in with this sexual fetish, and it's the blog of the the blowfly girl. I mean, I can put a link to in the show notes, but it is one of the worst things I have ever read. It is gross.
What can you, like, I don't know, give us a hint.
It involves a lot of maggots.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But this maggot sexual fetish is probably the worst thing I've ever heard.
So it's a fetish.
Yeah.
It's a fetish, or it's just a thing that happened once?
What she does with them, yeah, I'd say it's a fetish the way she talks about it.
This all sounds like, I think every high school had a rumor about a girl who put something up her pussy and then maggots happened. Did you have one of those?
No.
I've talked to like numerous people from like other who did not go to my high school.
I also think that might be the first time I've ever heard you say pussy.
Really?
I think you usually refer to it as something else.
Well, I mean, I like to change it up. I like to keep you on your toes. Sometimes I like to call it a pussy. Other times I like to call it just... maybe I just don't call it anything on the show. Have I ever mentioned...
We say vagina
before? I don't know.
I said cunt goblin that one time.
Well, look, when I talk about like putting food up there and maggots happening, I don't want to call it vagina because that makes it a real thing. That makes it like clinical. That's like a real thing that someone did. This is like an urban legend. I think every high school, please call in and tell me that I'm not the only person. I've talked to other people and they've said, oh yeah, we've had that rumor about this girl. It destroyed her life because everyone spread the rumor that she put tuna up her pussy, not vagina, because vagina makes it real. And then it rotted and maggots happened. It's like medieval science,
I was about to say. Now this is like, I'll link it in the show notes and warn it, NSFW, NSFL, bad.
This got weird. I feel like this is like the last 3 minutes have been really weird. So how about the Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy parallel with co-hosts? What do you think? Hey, thanks for asking that question about fetishes.
We'll respond to your other question later after we have time to really think about it and give you a good response. It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. I just don't think it's a question that everyone's going to find entertaining like they did find the fetish one, because now they're like looking up really weird shit at work. Their wives are worried about them.
Make sure you get on your mobile data and not on your company's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, really. And hey, if you want to turn that into a smooches contest with your significant other, do that. See who can name the grossest fetish.
If you can read this, and if you don't throw up, we smooch.
There you go.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes or Stitcher. So to miss the next episode, we'll be talking about IGN's 15th ranked game, Tetris Attack.
Yeah, it's like Mars Attacks, right?
I hope so. God, I hope so.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
We just play country.
So much country music.
Country music and Tetris blocks disappear.
Who loved that movie? Josh
Hitler.
Nance.
Oh,
Hitler.
Josh Nance, right.
Hitler loved Mars Attacks.
It's always like whenever someone asks a question like that, it doesn't matter. It's like whenever someone's like, they just pick this weird movie or just it's like innocent movie. You know who really liked Dumbo? Who? Hitler. All right. You know who really liked cotton candy? I don't know who. Hitler. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, these are things that like a lot of people like. So it's not like super surprising.
The Photoshop of Hitler eating cotton candy and holding the magic feather.
Or riding riding the ride at Disney World.
You know what really helps us out? If you leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, a lot.
It helps. It helped Inca happen today.
Oh man, this episode we wouldn't have known what to do.
Nope.
If we didn't have a 5-star review that said, "Hey, do something about Inca."
So if there's a game that you enjoyed, you want us to play and talk about, or if there's a game that you just thought was awful and want to just share that awfulness, just spread it around, leave us a 5-star review and include that in the writing. You can also, if there's a special guest host you want on an episode, if you want us to be your emergency contact or your alibi.
Right, or your alibi.
I mean, there's a lot of power behind this 5-star review.
A lot.
It makes magic happen.
Yeah, you can tell how much we want these things. But please keep them honest 5-star reviews.
I'll take a lie as long as it's 5 stars. It's fine. I don't give a shit.
These are all things that we will get to
Eventually.
I can't let it go.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
I
can't let that die.
You shouldn't. We've ruined that word for Josh Nance of Uniracers fame.
And me. And me. Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things that Hitler loved. I'm pretty sure he loved Tetris because we all know that he didn't die. He just time traveled into the future, and he's been living among us in many various different forms, enjoying all of our media. We're going to be talking about that. In the meantime, you can find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. Man, there's going to be some really disgusting shit in the show notes this week. So if you've never been to tadpog.com and you like really weird, disgusting shit, check it out. Maybe you like what you can see. Our top search result that gets people to tadpog.com right now is Danny Ash. Maybe we can change that to, I don't know, maggot dripping pussy. I don't know. Maybe that's an idea. You can also find us on Facebook. We are at facebook.com/tadpog. There are a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. Leaving, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook for a little bit. But they usually people will leave comments on our Facebook post about the episode. So that's a really good way to, if you want to let us know something about a particular episode, do it on Facebook, because it's just a lot easier that way. And you can also call us if you want to. If you have like a sex question, we're doing like sex advice now. That's a new thing that we do. And we also tell you like really, if you, I don't know, you want to know something really gross, ask us about that. That's fine too.
We got a submission for the next Man-Pog, so we can open the floor up to Man-Pog questions.
Yeah, let's do that. Send sexy questions for Man-Pog. I feel like the last Man-Pog was good, but it wasn't sexy enough. We need more. Man, our wives are really going to be glad that I opened this gate. Send us your sexy questions for Man-Pog.
You can text us. That texting is so easy. Just sext us. Sext us all your sexiest questions.
But I have to read those. That's fine. But what's best about that, if you do send a text, is one of them is going to have to read it on the mics. And that's going to be good. Hey, want to make our wives say something? Text it to us at 270-883-2555. And if you do a really good job of making them say something sexy, I might give you a reward. Because I think it's great. You can also find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It is cumbersome, I realize. Thank you for everyone who's retweeting our tweets. We really appreciate it.
Our theme song, Dave?
It's Moves by Sycamore Drive. And a link to that track can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com.
So until next time.
Wait.
Forget something?
Can we do it like an Inca style? Oh, I like that. I feel like we just found a secret in the mist.
Inca music.
But we gotta like do it. We gotta like figure out how to incorporate that into our sign off.
How do we do it without being super racist?
Well, the Incans are no more, so I feel like we're
they
not.
Might
really,
have descendants
we're really
somewhere,
not gonna,
right?
I mean, not if the Spaniards had anything to do with it. So yeah, let's. I don't know. I don't know much about them, other than they had topus in giant gold statues. Okay, I got it. I know how I'm gonna do it. Okay, ready?
Until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. I was just hoping you were going to do something really racist.
I was waiting for you to do something.
All right. Well, sorry, Nicole. We failed you.
Horrible pipe noises.
What noises were those?
All the fucking music in the
Oh,
game.
like the fucking panpipes and shit.